The new technology that can make your kids smarter. Virtual reality is entertaining, but what if it could be more than just fun? What if VR can make your kids smarter? As virtual reality enters more American homes, it is vital that parents and educators understand its potential impact on children. In this video, we are going to have a closer look at how VR can make your kids smarter. According to Stanford researchers in a new paper, Virtual Reality 101, What You Need to Know About Kids in VR, published on April 4th in conjunction with Common Sense Media, is a resource to better understand how this new technology might be applied to everyday life and learning. Virtual reality is radically altering how individuals perceive the world. Compared to other media, VR is an extraordinarily powerful means to communicate knowledge, said Jeremy Bailenson, a communication professor at Stanford and co-author of the paper VR is perhaps the most powerful medium in history, and research into its impact on children is still in its early stages. Jim Steyer, founder of Common Sense Media, concurred with Bailenson, adding in the study, because VR is in its infancy, we have a great chance to remain on top of this technological tsunami before it overwhelms us. Common Sense Media is a nonprofit organization that assists parents in making informed decisions regarding media and technology for their children. Steyer is also a Stanford adjunct professor of comparative studies in race and ethnicity. Let's see the VR views among parents. The study includes the findings of a poll of 3,613 parents regarding their thoughts about virtual reality. Until this poll, it was unclear how or even how many children were using virtual reality, Bailenson explained. We now have a preliminary view of its acceptance and utilization. Here are some of the survey's significant findings. While the long-term implications of virtual reality on children's health and brain development are unknown, 60% of parents are concerned about potential health repercussions. 62% of parents feel that virtual reality will give their children educational opportunities. However, just 22% of parents said their children utilize VR to learn. A whopping 76% of youngsters who have tried VR have played games. Although virtual reality has the potential to be an excellent tool for encouraging empathy in children, most parents remain hesitant. 62% of parents do not anticipate their children empathizing with others when using VR. Some of the report's conclusions on the potential power of VR are based on research from Stanford's Virtual Human Interaction Lab, which has conducted multiple studies on the influence of virtual reality on children. One of the things that truly differentiates VR from other media is that it's perceptually encompassing. So no matter where you turn, there is material, said Bailenson, who has been studying virtual reality for over 20 years. VR reacts to your movements. You may go closer to an object if you want to touch anything. You can reach out and receive haptic feedback. Virtual reality, according to Bailenson, is similar to real life in many aspects. Overall, his findings indicate that the enhanced reality of virtual reality can have a significant impact on youngsters. Bailenson discovered in a 2009 research that when elementary-age students saw themselves swimming with orca whales in a virtual environment, many of them afterward felt the fanciful event occurred in real life. A 2017 study done by Bailenson and Jackie Bailey indicated that media characters in virtual reality may be more influential over young children than characters on TVs or PCs. Conducted in cooperation with the Sesame Workshop, an educational institution that examines how children respond to media, Bailenson and Bailey put up interactive and immersive VR experiences using the iconic Sesame Street character Grover. Children aged 4 to 6 in the research had the opportunity to play popular children's games with Grover, such as Simon Says and sticker sharing. The researchers discovered that when youngsters engaged with the VR version of Grover, rather than a two-dimensional screen version, they were more inclined to treat him as a friend. We discovered that youngsters can build more trust in media characters in the virtual world, said Bailey, an assistant professor at the University of Texas in Austin. This influence may be a catalyst for positive development because where there is trust, children are more inclined to turn to that source for knowledge and learning. VR might become a beneficial learning tool, and parents appear to agree. According to the research, 62% of parents feel that VR can give educational opportunities to their children. There is a misperception that VR is solely being utilized for gaming. There has been some traction in video games, but not to the extent that many predicted, Bailenson said of current trends in adult adoption. The more practical uses, training, learning, communication, are definitely getting ground with VR, he added. His study is investigating how virtual reality experiences might promote empathy, remove prejudice, and tackle unconscious prejudices such as ageism. Because virtual reality may simulate real-life experiences, it may aid youngsters in applying skills learned in school to the real world. It is advised that individuals should exercise caution as virtual reality becomes more prevalent in everyday life. According to the poll, 11% of parents reported their children aged 8 to 17 experiencing dizziness, 10% a headache, and 13% colliding with something. He recommends that VR be used under strict supervision and in moderation, 5 to 10 minute increments for young children and 20 minutes for older children and young adults. In 2022, the average price of the virtual reality headset in the United States is $430. Notable VR headset vendors includes Meta, formerly Oculus, Pico, Sony, HTC, and Valve. Hence, this brings an end to our unrealistic video, but we will come back with some new and interesting videos of the future in the future. Till then, make sure that you like our videos and do share your views and opinions with us in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel, New World Tech, to get videos from us regularly. And also do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update.